Cindy Williams, an actress best remembered for her long-running TV role as Shirley opposite Penny Marshall's Laverne on the sitcom, Laverne and Shirley, died January 25 in Los Angeles. She was 75. Her family announced the death but did not disclose a specific cause. Early in her career, Ms. Williams had supporting but notable screen roles in George Lucas's nostalgic comedy drama, American Graffiti, 1973, playing Ron Howard's wholesome girlfriend, and Francis Ford Coppola's paranoia thriller, The Conversation, 1974, as a young woman whose discussion with a friend is recorded by a surveillance expert, Gene Hackman. American Graffiti, in particular, helped lead to her defining TV part. The film, set in the years just before the Vietnam War, was a forerunner to a nostalgia boom for the 1950s and early 1960s. The hit sitcom, Happy Days, starring Howard and set in that malt shop era, premiered in 1974. The characters of Laverne and Shirley made their first TV appearance as dates of Henry Winkler's Fonzie on Happy Days. The subsequent spin-off, Laverne and Shirley, ran on ABC from 1976 to 1983 and, in its prime, was among the most popular shows on TV. Ms. Williams played the straight-laced Shirley Feeney to Marshall's more libertine Laverne DeFazio on the show about a pair of blue-collar roommates who toiled on the assembly line of a Milwaukee brewery in the 1950s and 60s. DeFazio was quick-tempered and defensive, Feeney was naive and trusting. The actors drew upon their own lives for plot inspiration. "We'd make up a list at the start of each season of what talents we had," Marshall told the Associated Press in 2002. "Cindy could touch her tongue to her nose, and we used it in the show. I did tap dance." The series was the rare network hit about working-class characters, with its self-empowering opening song, "Give us any chance, we'll take it, read us any rule, we'll break it." That opening would become as popular as the show itself. Ms. Williams's and Marshall's chant of "Schlemiel, Schlemazel," as they skipped together became a cultural phenomenon and oft-invoked piece of nostalgia. Marshall, whose brother, Gary Marshall, co-created the series, died in 2018. The show also starred Michael McKean and David Lander as Laverne and Shirley's oddball hangers on Lenny and Squiggy. Lander died in 2020. As ratings dropped in the sixth season, the characters moved from Milwaukee to Burbank, Calif., trading their brewery jobs for work at a department store. In 1982, Ms. Williams became pregnant and wanted her working hours curtailed. When her demands weren't met, she walked off the set and filed suit against its production company. She appeared infrequently during the final season. Cynthia Williams was born one of two sisters in the Van Nuys area of Los Angeles on August 22, 1947. Her mother was a waitress, and her father was an electronics technician who uprooted the family to Texas for several years to try farming before returning to Southern California. She described her childhood as desperately unhappy and said she watched a lot of TV to escape into a world of suburban sitcom families. "I was a kid with an alcoholic father whose parents would get in violent fights," she told the Waterloo Region Record. "And I'd be watching My Little Margie, or Your Show of Shows, and they would take